What conspiracy theory do you believe to be true? What evidence led you to this conclusion? When a comment in one of these threads is removed, it's because it's true and someone with the power to remove it wants it hidden longer. I don't have evidence yet, but if this comment gets removed, then I'll have the evidence but no comment. Edit at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, April 23, 2019. For peeps saying, now they wouldn't delete it because you called out the negative consequences. That was the point of doing so. Gotta keep the comment up somehow. Also, as tempting as is this, I'm not gonna delete the comment myself. It wouldn't be effective to the trained eye. Quote, removed by moderator, is hard to fake. And why falsify evidence when there's enough to go around? Half of you saw the thread about admins and gold. Why go any farther? I will watch this comment with great interest. I believe that the government probably makes some conspiracy theories to try to make questioning the government seem somewhat crazy. There is a conspiracy theory about the Flat Earth movement being just that. I wrote a complaint online about my pizza place about them canceling my order without telling me. And the next order I got from them was fucked up. The pizza was way undercooked and not cut, and they didn't include the ranch that I always get with it. Also, when I called to tell them about the fuck up, the manager seemed unapologetic and also like he already knew what I was talking about before I called. My conspiracy is that they retaliated since I basically reported them to corporate through their website with my initial complaint. I got a free pizza on my account with them for this, but decided just to not order from them anymore. Mediocre pizza anyway. This is by far the most disturbing event in this thread. The lines on the detergent caps are higher than they should be, so you use more detergent for each load of laundry. It's so easy for them to get away with it. I don't necessarily believe this, but I've always speculated that a lot of priceless artwork and historical documents are actually replicas or copies. Obviously, a painting by a world-famous artist using a very specific technique would be very hard to fake, and I don't think that every art scholar in the world is paid off in some grand conspiracy. Rather, I just think that either the national treasures never left their vaults or that some national treasures actually were lost to history, but they were copied. If the copy is good enough, old enough, and all we've ever known, does it become a treasure in its own right? I mean, you can think of the United States Declaration of Independence and Constitution, or the comparable documents of many other nations. I presume there was definitely an original, but then several copies were made. The copies are considered nearly as valuable as the original. Slightly different, but related take on the matter. I believe in the mattress store conspiracy. So the conspiracy is that mattress stores are for money laundering. I went onto Google Maps and typed in mattress stores near me. There were 4 mattress stores in the same shopping center. There was a road that had 5 mattress stores less than a mile apart. So I definitely believe in it. Can confirm. There are 2 mattress firms at opposite ends of a small street. Also, do you ever see anyone at a mattress store? No, the parking lot is always empty. Edit. Oh my lord, I just joined this Reddit yesterday and this smashed my last highest post. Thank you all so much, smiling face with hearts. Upscaled their own submissions from alt accounts to give them traction. Source. The removed comments in this thread were discussing exactly that. The original comment itself was even gilded and removed in less than 30 minutes. The real conspiracy here is that 0 in 30 is actually an O. Edit. Thanks for the gold .. Reddit admins .. kind stranger. It is hilarious that his comment is removed. Reddit is wretched. Don't delete this. Original comment was about how admins get unlimited gold and gold posts so it can gain traction. Angry face, angry face, angry face. The Hawaii nuked false alarm last year was actually the US government testing to see how the general population would react if an actual nuclear war broke out. Guys. If hypothetically there was a hypothetical nuclear bomb heading for, let's say, I dunno, Hawaii, how would you hypothetically react? Quote, Hawaii is the early warning system. Quote, no, seriously, I don't mean any disrespect to Hawaiians, but in our sensationalized times today where we're constantly told about the world ending from global warming, AI, economic collapse, etc., 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 it takes a real event to even get people to move. Most of everything else is just some social media storm for a while, but we've used as social media storms all the time. I thought this exactly when it happens. You don't just accidentally press a button to warn the entire island of a missile incoming. It was intentional and no one wants to talk about it. The countdown timers on ads for games or streaming services are actually longer than seconds. Seems too long sometimes. You could test this one. But what if ads actually altered time? What if you are actually an ad? Reddit admins get unlimited gold and gold posts so it can gain traction. Edit R. Award speech edits. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 wasn't an accident. There were definitely external forces that catalyzed its disappearance. The flight path was diverted many times and there was a lot of shady stuff about some of the passengers and the pilot of Flight 370. We may never know unless the plane is found. I've heard this before, but curious on what your thoughts are as to what may have happened to the plane and its passengers. Why is the second highest rated comment removed? The fuck is that bullshit? It said admins can give gold for free to promote what stories they want on the front page. This belongs on our censorship. I was wondering the same thing. 11,000 votes and every comment is removed. In a conspiracy thread. Seems a bit ironic. Found it was about admins giving gold to sway popular post rankings. Restaurant owners know how awkward it is to be sung to in front of the whole establishment. And they do it to discourage people from taking advantage of their free birthday food. Disney made Zootopia partly to replace the Song of the South characters from Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is really the only thing that still exists in the public eye from Song of the South, along with the song Zippity-Doo-Dah. Since Disney wants to pretend that movie doesn't exist, so they created a movie featuring Fox and Rabbit characters that could replace Brer Fox and Brer Rabbit, and retheme the entire ride to be Zootopia-themed, while leaving some things, like the name, and the songs featured in the ride, from Song in the South. There's also that Disney loves retheming things to their IP now, getting rid of Maelstrom and bringing in a Frozen-themed ride. So it would make sense for them to retheme a ride to a successful recent movie, then keep a ride based off an old, mildly racist movie they're trying to forget. I could believe this, but Splash Mountain is so ridiculously popular that fans would riot if they tried retheming it. I do like the part about the new Fox and Bunny though. The Bandersnatch Black Mirror Netflix special collected watchers' data to better green light productions that were more in line with users' taste. Now that you point it out, isn't every movie on Netflix providing user preference data? But they don't know if you prefer Frosties to Wheat Biscuits, until now. That Apple started the AirPods meme. And right before Christmas they would give out $150 gift cards. Edit. Wow. Didn't expect this to blow up? Thank you. I fully believe companies are using memes as a marketing technique. All it needs is one big post on a couple subs here and it's all over the internet, hitting their target audience in hours, days. Confirm this as fact. A marketer, Imager and similar have built a business mode out of it, as has Fuck Jerry and IG pages like Daquan. That there is a huge pedophile ring in Hollywood. Anyone who tries to expose them dies shortly after, coincidentally. Edit. Thanks for the silvers. The USA will never add colleges to public funding like they did high schools, because then the enlistment rate for the military would plummet. Source. Everyone I know who joined the service just to help pay for school. Edit. Holy crap, this was a lot of notifications to wake up to. The question did say, conspiracy theories you believe. So the comments arguing blatantly against my comment just make me giggle. And thanks kind stranger for my first silver. I never would have thought that this little comment would blow up. This one is interesting. In addition to this, the federal government makes a ton of money off of student loans. Source: just took out $70K with 6+% interest rate that will accumulate for a minimum of 4 years before I even start to pay them off. Multiply this by every student that doesn't default on their loans, and that is a lot of money. All the UFO sightings throughout history are just humans from the future on a time-traveling safari, meant to observe how we were in the past. They are supposed to keep out of sight. But thanks to human, mechanical errors, there have been hiccups with their cloaking which have resulted in being seen. That's why there have always been so many reports of them throughout history. But there has never been an attack. It's just us. Also, the reason why we don't see as many examples of UFOs now, even through pretty much everyone has up cameras, because people are not that interested in this time period, since we already document aspects of human life all the time. 23andMe is run by the government to collect your DNA and database it for later. Doesn't even matter if it's government owned. Many already just give the government access to their records. Perfectly legal to do so, because part of the agreement you sign to have yourself tested is that they are free to do whatever they want with your DNA data. If your DNA leads them to a cure of a disease, they reserve all rights. If they want to share with the government, they reserve all rights. The news report about beards containing more bacteria than a dog that just licked his own asshole. Beards are messing with facial recognition software. The man wants beards to not be trendy anymore. That article was also based on a sample size of 18 and lacked practically every kind of scientific rigor. I nearly always wash my beard after licking my dog's asshole. Michael Jordan's father was murdered in retribution for Jordan not paying off massive gambling debt. Jordan didn't retire and then come back. He was suspended for gambling. In the mid-90s, Michael Jordan was an industry. The truth about his gambling habits may have cost a lot of people a lot of money. So the cover story was presented. Edit: I admit the part about his father's murder is a bit of a stretch. But this is a thread about conspiracy theories after all. As for the suspension, I stand by that 100%. Found Bill Simmons' Reddit burner account. iHeartRadio coordinates commercials breaks to all take place simultaneously, so you're forced to listen to ads even you change the station. They're practically a monopoly in my area, and I notice it happens to me all the time. Radio stations, even competitors, do this on purpose. No hidden conspiracy needed. If your main competitor airs spots, commercials, at 15, 30, and 45, it's in your interest to do the same. That way your listeners can't switch to music on another station during your spot break-in. Potentially stay there. It's not like radio is secret. You can and should monitor competition and plan accordingly. To your original point, iHeart is just Clear Channel, and they tend to have a general template that all their stations follow. So one station will have its breaks at or around the same time as another. This is all based on a lot of market research and has generally been tested and refined over time, to the point of ensuring rating success. Other stations follow suit. The negative side effect is the homogenization of radio. They all sound alike because it works. But it only works in everything is mediocre kind of way. If someone does break from the pack and create a successful innovation, other stations follow and the homogenization continues. For further example, notice that local TV news shows tend to cover weather, sports, local news, etc., all at or around the same basic time. Source: programmed radio stations for years. Worked for Clear Channel. Played the same damned classic rock songs in a different order day after day, week after week. Every time someone posts about a safe on Reddit, they actually have already opened it. and know nothing is in it before their first post. Also, people who never deliver on opening a safe after posting one found some really valuable shit in there and didn't want to put a target on their back. Thank you for watching.